This session is meant for explaining the poem Sun Rising, a poem written by Jandon. So, before this, better to recap of the previous session as reminding done as the pioneer of the metaphysical poetry and metaphysical school. He was the dean of Saint Cathedral in London. He was the secretary, scholar, soldier, and an English poet. He was the preeminent representative of the metaphysical poetry. So, um, we have explained it in the previous session the characteristics of metaphysical poetry as well as the Donne's poetry. So, the important learning objectives of this poem are the student to enable the students about abrupt beginning and various paradoxes of this poem, to understand to know more and more about ironies and frequent dramatic or everyday speeches, rhythms like that. A reaction against smoothness of conventional Elizabethan poetry. Like this, it is better to enable the students to know more and more about metaphysical poetry. So, here are some of the important session outcomes. At the end of the session, students will be able to comment on self-sufficiency of lovers in the love poems. They will come to know, or they will be able to know and understand, explain with their own about the metaphysical characteristics, especially in this poem. The poem Sunrising as a metaphysical love lyric, how well use of witty conceits by the poet, and it is the students will come to will be commenting on what Donne began a new era in the history of English lyric poetry, of lyric satire, English satire, and English verse with this metaphysical poetry. So, introduction. One of Donne's loveliest love lyrics and well read poems. So, this Sun Rising is one of the loveliest love lyrics and well read poems of Donne. This Sun Rising is about the self sufficiency of lovers who set up the exclusion of the world. The lover is happy and contented with his beloved. At that time the sun rays fall on him or on the lovers through the window. So he chides the sun. He chides the rising sun, creating a new sense in love is in his love making. For him, his mistress is all treasures of heaven and earth. He won't bother for a court, a king, for gold and spice or states when she is lying in the bed beside him. According to the speaker lover, the sun is an old, undisciplined fool preying on the lovers as they heeded him. He does not want the sun to come in, but other people might need to be called. So, actually, the poet says that, the speaker says that he does not want the sun. There is no necessity of the sun. But the necessity of the sun may be for the boys who go for schools late, unwilling apprentices going to work might be needed the sun. Those who choose ride on early ride early, hunting with the king in the order to harvest favors. The ants in the countryside harvest food. So that means this may be needed, sun may be needed for late school boys, apprentices, lawyers, or even for the farmers. As love is unchanging and unaware of time, the lovers don't need the sun. So the lower objects it. Why should the son feel that he is so respected and successful? So uh, the sun is revered all over the world since so many years. But the poet objects this. His rays could be shut out by the blink of the eyes if he, the lover, or what you can say, if the lover could bear to shut out also the sight of the beloved. If the son has not himself been blinded by the eyes, he should report whether all the wealth of the West Indies and spices of the East Indies are in their usual places, or whether the majesty itself they lie in bed with the lover. Then the lover disposes of everything in favor of his mistress. So in the world, everything is equal to his beloved or mistress. She is all kingdoms and he is the ruler. Nothing else is reality. Princes are only part of the lovers. Honor is but pretense and wealth glittering emptiness in comparison with the union of the lovers. That means in front of lovers nothing is equal. It may be the princess status, it may be the honor what they have got, even the wealth what the royal people have. The concentration of the real world into the world of the lovers makes the sun at least as happy as they are, for he is old and find it easier to warm to shrunken space. If he shines on them, he heeded shines on everywhere, for their room is the universe. So here is the critical appreciation of the poem. As for the subject matter, the poem has a platonic love, which may be called the pure love or spiritual love. Donne celebrates the joy of fulfilled love. He feels that he can change the sun and universe itself. The lovers cannot be subjected to the mere laws of nature. His wit and irony are not directed against the lovers but rather against the sun for attempting to interfere with the lovers' perfect happiness. The poem progresses in abstraction. It has passion, wit, ingenuity. Wit is seen in the comparisons. Good example to show the metaphysical manner of love poetry. A high ideal of love is cherished in this poem. Mood of the speaker, of course, cynical, derisive, passionate, but it is sensuous. He is, of course, unhappy at the sun, but indirectly he wishes to prolong the darkness. He wishes that the sun should stop its working as usual. The poem arouses a kind of passion in the hearts of lovers, definitely. The poet speaker goes on to dispose of time together, saying that of love, seasons, hours, days, etc., have no meaning, being merely they are the rags of the time. He uses hyperbolic extension to dispose of space. Through hyperbole, he agrees that his better, this better, is better than all treasures. His love is better than all treasures of the world. The compression of imagery and the double meaning of typical of London. The ancient concept of suns traveling around the earth, so Ptolemy concept and what Copernicus, Ptolemy are also compared here. Of course, Dunn accepts Ptolemy concept. So the theme of the poem, of course, love. The poet lover does not feel happy at the sight of the sun. He asks the rising sun to leave him alone with his mistress and attend to other matters of the world and not to disturb their love making and spoil their auspicious moments of moments. So, the theme of the poem may be glorification of love. So, it is one of the important characteristics of metaphysical poetry. So, it is the same used in this poem also. So, hidden commentary, tone is playful and colloquial. His ecstatic happiness is expressed in wild exaggeration to the point of self mockery. Rhyme scheme is fairly regular. For each of the 3 10-line stanzas, it is A B A B C E D E D E. So, in this way, we explain the poem what metaphysical poem, that is sun rising. So, it is the poem how the poet has used many metaphysical characteristics. With this, we may see how the poetry, metaphysical poetry, stands apart from other poetry, especially Elizabethan poetry.